Good morning, everyone. We are going to need a strap today. So I'm going to show you how to do the strap. Okay, so if you haven't got a strap, don't worry about it. For some of it, you could use a dressing gown cord or a tea towel or a towel. Okay. Otherwise, we need have the two loops here, and you get to the end. You're going to thread it through the two loops and then over the other one. I'm sure you guys know. And then you make it tight like that. And you want to measure it against your shoulders. So you kind of have it as wide as your shoulders. So that's about right for me. Okay. And we'll use that in a moment. So I should move a bit closer. So let's begin. Have that on the side ready for a little bit later. So we're going to begin lying down on our bellies today. Once you've got your strap all sorted. Now you can rest your head on your hands. Take a moment just to get comfortable there. So you could let your eyes close. You could let your legs relax. If it feels like this is making you overarch in your lower back, then you can always push the tops of the thighs into the floor, and that helps just to lengthen the lower back a little bit. But otherwise, just being here for a few moments, letting the air flow in and out through your nose. So I always like to say this is the moment that we stop before we start. As you bring your focus to your breathing, that helps you to let go of whatever's happening after class, whatever's happened before. Bringing you into this moment. See if you can make the inhales and the exhales slower, deeper, and softer. Maybe you can feel the belly inflate against the floor with the inhale. Get a little bit of a back stretch there. And as you exhale, you're drawing the belly away from the floor. And it's quite nice with the head on the hands because you can hear your breathing a little bit more. So the breath becomes your music. So keep the breath going like that. See if you can keep it going like that throughout the whole class. And just to begin with, we're going to take the right arm out in line with your right shoulder. I'm just doing it with my left arm so you can see it well. And the palm is pressed down into the floor. And then your left hand is flat on the floor by your chest. And you can turn your gaze to the left side. Push down to your left hand to lift your left hip up and over. And then bend your left leg, put your left foot on the floor behind the right leg. So you should be feeling here a nice stretch through the front of your right shoulder. You can feel the chest stretch down through the bicep. Relax your head. Try not to let there not be any tension in your neck. Maybe you can feel a gentle opening in your left hip. And the spine is just starting to get accustomed to twisting. And on your next exhale, we can just let the belly fall back down onto the mat. And bring your right arm in and give it a little shake out. We'll go to the other side. So your left arm goes out and your palm is flat down onto the floor. You can look to the right side. Right hand is flat on the floor by your chest. And then peel your right hip back on top of the left. You're going to put your right foot on the floor behind your left leg. You can let your head rest. And take a moment stretching out the front of the left shoulder there. Seeing how that feels in your right hip this morning or today, whenever you're doing it. And feeling that spine, feeling how it's twisting here. Breathing slow and steady. And then carefully releasing, bringing your belly back down onto the mat. That left arm can come in and we give it a little shake out. Okay. So then have your hands underneath your shoulders and your elbows squeezing back. Forehead can be on the floor. Let your shoulders slump forwards as much as you can. It's like you're trying to get the tops of the shoulders down onto the mat. And then see if you can do the opposite of that. Draw the shoulders back and away. Push down through the hands and lift the head and the chest just a little bit. And then slowly lower back down. Okay, let the shoulders slump forwards. And then feel the opposite of that. Draw the shoulders down the back. Push down through the hands and lift the head and the chest. See how that feels there. Maybe go a little bit higher now. And then slowly lower down. Okay, so this last time, shoulders slump forwards. And then find the opposite. Draw the shoulders back. Push down through the hands and lift the head, chest up. Maybe a little bit higher. And then slowly lower back down. Okay. Take your hands into fingertips and either side of the mat. The elbows out to the side. You push down through your fingertips and lift your head and your chest up. The last thing to come up is the head. Find a ripple through the spine. And elbows bend and lower back down. And again, chin to chest. Push through the fingertips as you roll your way up. And then elbows bend, lower back down. Last time. Chin to chest and roll your way up. Hold it here for a moment. Can you kind of move from side to side? And if anything doesn't feel right, get a little bit lower. Or maybe you come all the way down. Just find a different way of doing this. Seeing what's mobile today and what's not. And then we can slowly lower all the way back down. Okay, take the hands behind you. Interlace your fingers. Push the hands towards your feet. And then lift your head and your chest up. And keep rooting down through your feet. This doesn't need to be big. Breathe in. And breathe out. Lovely. Then release the hands, place them underneath your shoulders, and push your hips back into your child's pose. So your knees together, feet together. And relax the tummy, the chest, the head over the legs. So your first child's pose, how does that feel in your backs today? Breathe in. And breathe in. Okay, roll your way up to seated. Catch hold of your strap. If you are holding onto like a towel, just hold on to either end. If you've got the strap, take the strap just inside your hand so your thumbs are over the top. Yeah, you have done this before. So you can take your arms out and really press the hands into the strap. Do it for like about 80% of your effort, pushing the arms out. Squeeze your shoulders down the back and then lift the arms up. And lower back down. We're going to do it about 5 or 6 times. Really press the arms out as you lift the arms up and lower down. Keep drawing those shoulders down the back as you lift the arms up and then lower back down. Maybe let's do 3 more. Shoulders down the back. Really push the hands out. It should be a struggle. And lower back down. Let's do 2 more. push the hands into the strap, lift your arms up, lower back down. And then last one of these, lift the arms up and lower back down. Give the shoulders a little shake. And then you can bend your elbows, so like robot arms, or maybe chaturanga arms. Push the hands out, keep those elbows in, and then keep the shape, just lift the arms up and lower back down. This one really kills me. And again, so you got 80% of your effort of pushing the hands into the strap, keeping that shape, lifting the arms up. And again, 3 more. This one really kills me for some reason. 2 more. Keeping the shape. And the last one. And release. Good. And give those arms a little bit of a shake. I wonder if I'm the only one that kills. So bringing the strap now just above your elbows. Okay. And you know you're in the right place if when you go like this, you can have the strap just kind of below your chest there. So that's kind of the right place there. All right. So you're coming up onto all fours. And you're going to push the arms out into the strap. Yes, you're finding that strength there. Now walk your knees back a bit. And then tuck your tail. Squeeze your belly back. Now your chest is going to go forwards. The arms are going to bend. And you're going to lower until you can feel the strap along your chest, along your belly. And then just straighten the arms. Okay, let's do 4 more of them. Elbows bend. Just go as far as you can go with the strap. The strap will stop you. Push right back up. And again, elbows bend. Push right back up. Okay, so that's as low as you need to go in your chaturanga without the strap. Elbows bend. Push right back up. Let's get 1 more. Elbows bend. And push right back up. Good. Sit the hips back into your heels. You can relax your forehead on the strap. You're in a child's pose, breathing in, stretching out the work that you've just done. Have you noticed how little you need to lower into that chaturanga? Or have you been going too low? Hopefully it will highlight something for you. Okay, so coming back up onto all fours. And now tuck your toes and lift your knees off the floor. We're going to do the same thing. Elbows bend. Push your heels back. You only go as low until you can feel the strap. And then come back up. Let's do 3 more. Elbows bend. You can always drop your knees. Come back up. Yes, 2 more. Elbows bend. Push back up. Lovely, last one. Elbows bend. And push right back up. Nice, lower the knees to the floor. Sit back into your heels. Has that warmed everything up for you? In your child's pose, stretch it out. Lovely, well done. And then release. We'll come up to seated and you can pop the strap to one side. I know you might want to throw that strap at me now. But take your hands behind you. Draw your shoulders down the back. And then push the hands down towards the floor. So counterpose the work that you've done so far. Breathing in. And breathing out. And then we can release the hands. We're going to take the arms all the way up to the sky now. And bend your arms. See if the elbows can come towards the center of the back. We've done this before as well. Round into your back and bring your elbows and your hands to meet chin to chest. Again, inhale, lift the arms up and let the elbows bend, open up the chest. And then elbows come to meet, chin to chest, round into the back. And let's do 1 more. Inhale, lift the arms up, elbows bend and open up the chest. Good, and then round into the back and chin to chest. Elbows, hands meet. Releasing the hands, come up onto all fours. Come into a cow pose. So let your belly sink, lift the head, chest up, and then walk the hands out to the corners of the mat, your chest down towards the floor. Yeah, so you're in your puppy pose. You can always put a block underneath your chest. See how that feels. You're breathing in and breathing out. Okay, so feeling maybe your weekend or your day in your body. Just trying to relax and ease it out. Lovely, guys. Let's walk the hands back underneath your shoulders and then round into the back, chin to chest. You're doing the opposite of that puppy pose. And then let your belly sink and lift your head, chest up. Tuck your toes under now and push your hips up into your first downward facing dog. So, we can wiggle here, squeeze those heels down one by one. Start to get into the legs a little bit. We're going to take a different vinyasa today. I'm taking it from the Awakening Yoga sequence. Right, so let's give it a go. Come up high onto your toes. Roll yourself forwards into your plank pose. Now, you can drop your knees here or elbows bend and push right back up. Remember, you don't need to go down so low. Lower the knees. Now push your hips back into your heels. Look forwards. This might take a couple of goes to get used to. Lower the elbows down. Take the head through. When you get so far, you need to lift those elbows up. So keep sending the head, chest through, and then come through into a cobra up dog. Yeah? I take it up and back into downward facing dog. So let's try it 2 more times. Come up high onto your toes. Roll yourself forwards, plank pose. Drop your knees if you want. Elbows bend. Push back up. Lower the knees. Push your hips back into your heels. Look forwards. The elbows land on the floor. Push your head, your chest through. The elbows will lift as you slide through. And then come through cobra up dog. And then back into your downward facing dog. One more go. Come up high into the toes and roll yourself forwards. Find your plank pose. Lower your knees if you like. Elbows bend. Push right back up. Lower the knees. Push the hips back into the heels. Slinky snake. Elbows drop. Slide head through. Elbows lift. Lift the head, chest up. Yes, good. Take it up and back into downward facing dog. Breath in here. And open mouth, exhale, let it go. So you're going to sweep your right leg up to the sky, bend the knee and open up the hips. First time we're opening up the hip today. So you can have a little move around here, maybe wiggle into that right leg a bit, circling it, maybe bending, straightening that left leg, just playing with it. And then bring your right foot inside your right thumb. Lower the left knee to the floor. Good. Now lift your arms up. As you exhale, the elbows bend, just like you did earlier, squeezing them to the center of the back. Now come back onto your left knee here. Round into your back, your elbows and your hands meet. And again, inhale, sink into the right leg. Elbows bend, open up the chest. Then come back onto the left knee, round into the back, elbows, hands meet. Good, last time, inhale, lift the arms up, elbows bend, open up the chest. And then come back onto your left knee, round into the back, elbows, hands meet. Nice, now hold it here. Tuck your back toes under. Now lift your left arm up to the sky and take your right hand back towards your left foot. So if you need to bring your right foot in a bit, you can. Now reach for that left foot. You might be able to go all the way back and find your left foot. Look up to the left hand. Inhale. If not, you're just reaching for it. And then exhale, left hand comes down. Take a big circle with your right arm, up and over your head. That's it. Tuck your back toes, or your back toes are tucked, sorry. Lift your back knee up off the floor. And then take your front foot to the back. So this new vinyasa, elbows bend, push back up. You can always drop your knees. Now lower the knees, push the hips back into your heels, look forwards. As you pull through, elbows drop, then they lift, come through cobra up dog, and then back downward facing dog. How's it feeling? Is there a difference in each side? Let's swing the left leg up to the sky, bend the knee and open up the hip. And again, do a little bit of moving around here. Opening up that left hip, big circle with the left knee. Maybe you can bend and straighten that right leg as you do it. And then bring your left foot inside your left thumb. Starting to feel the heat beginning to build now. Lower your right knee to the floor. Release the right toes and then lift your arms up. So you exhale, your elbows bend and you open up the chest. You come back onto your right knee, tuck in the tail, elbows, hands meet. And again, inhale, lift your arms up, and then elbows bend, open up the chest. And we'll come back onto that right knee, round into the back, elbows, hands meet. Last time, inhale, lift the arms up. Find more space as the elbows bend, open up. And then come back onto the right knee, round the back, elbows, hands meet. So you're holding it here, tuck your back toes under, may create a nice space there for you. Take your right arm up to the sky, and then your left hand is going to go back. Now you might just reach towards the heel. Otherwise, maybe you can start to lean back and find the heel. Yeah, if you find the heel, push away from it, look up at that top hand. Inhale, be careful. And then exhale, right hand comes down. Left hand follows. Lift the back knee and front foot to the back. This new vinyasa, elbows bend. You can drop your knees, push back up. Lower the knees. Sit the hips into the heels, look forwards. Elbows drop, slide through. Elbows lift, chest lands. And then come up, cobra, up dog. Take it back, downward facing dog. Give it a wiggle. How's that feeling? Breathing in. And breathing out. We keep going. Keep warming up. Right leg up. Bend the knee and open up that hip. Bring your right foot inside your right thumb. Come up into a high lunge. Yes, that knee is off the floor now. Same thing. Elbows bend. Open up the chest. Now bend your back leg a lot and bring your elbows and hands to meet. Inhale, lifting up, straightening into the back leg. Elbows bend. Imagine you're leaning back into some hands. And then bend the back leg, round the back, elbows, hands meet. Your last one. Inhale, lift the arms up, elbows bend, open up the chest. And then bend the back leg, round the back, elbows, hands meet. All right, take your left arm up to the sky. Start to straighten the left leg. Take your right hand back. Maybe right hand is on the left leg. Look up to the left hand and then start to lean it back. Breathing in, think up and over, not to the side now. Take your left hand down, touch the floor, big circle with your right arm. Front foot to the back. Vinyasa, the new one. Elbows bend. Push back up. Lower the knees. Sit the hips into the heels. Find your slinky snake. Roll through. Cobra, up dog. And then back into that downward facing dog. Are we getting into a rhythm with it? All right, swing the left leg up to the sky. Bend the knee and open up the hip. Bring the left foot inside your left thumb. High lunge. Legs strong now. If you're wobbling, take the feet away from each other. Yeah. Either side. Elbows bend, open up the chest. And then you bend the back leg, round the back, elbows, hands meet. You should feel a stretch through the front of the right thigh there. And again, inhale, straighten the back leg, elbows bend, open up the chest. And then bending, rounding to the back, bending the back leg, arms meet. Last time, inhale, lift the arms up, elbows bend, open up the chest. And then bend the back leg, round into the back. You're going to take your right arm up to the sky. Start to send your left hand back and straighten into the back leg. That left hand could rest on the right leg. And you lean back, look up at the top hand. Inhale. And then exhale. Right hand comes down. Big circle with this left arm. And then front foot to the back. Elbows bend. Drop those knees if you need to. Lower the knees. Push the hips back into the heels. And then roll through. You can add in sound effects there. And then take it up and back. Downward facing dog. Breathing in. And breathing in. Okay, we're going to have a little interim moment. Lower the knees to the floor. Sit back into your heels. Okay, first of all, just take your hands back. Fingers towards your toes. Breathe in, open up your chest, squeeze your shoulder blades together, and now push down into your shins and lift your hips up. So it's like a half camel pose. Breathing in, and breathing in. Good, lower your sit bones down into your heels, come back up. Now take your right hand behind you, fingers facing the back now, rest the hand on the floor, and then swing your left arm up and over your head and push your hips forwards here. Yes, how does that feel there for you? Good, sitting the hips back down into the mat, into your heels. Taking the other hand back, fingers pointing away, and then swing the other arm up and over your head, reaching the fingers to the back. Good, nice, and then coming all the way back to the center. Back into all fours. Let the belly sink, lift the head, chest up. And then tuck your toes under, and we come up into a downward facing dog. Yeah, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. See how that feels. Okay, so let's flow. Okay, right leg lifts up. Bend the knee and open up the hip now. So hopefully all that feels nice. Right foot lands inside right thumb. Okay, so we're going to create a little bit of a pace now. Lift your arms up, come up into a high lunge. And the elbows bend and we open up the chest. Round into the back, bring the elbows and hands to meet. And then send your left arm up to the sky. Right hand goes back. And then start to lean it back. And keep leaning it back so much the left arm opens up behind you. Drop the back heel, sweep the right arm forwards, warrior two. And then flip the front palm, reach it forwards and take it back. Breathe into the right side. Good. Big circle with your right hand, take it all the way to the floor. Big circle with the left hand, and then front foot to the back. Find your rhythm, elbows bend, push back up. Lower the knees, push back to the heels. Sweep it through. Cobra up dog. Take it up and back, downward facing dog. So again, left leg lifts up. We want to create some heat. We want to create a rhythm. Bring the left foot inside the left thumb. Come up into that high lunge. Once you get there, the elbows bend, open up. Round into the back, back leg bends, elbows, hands meet. Sweep the right arm up, straight into the back leg, left hand behind. Maybe it rests on your right leg as you lean it back. And then open up your right arm. Let it fall behind you. Drop the back heel. Adjust your front foot. Warrior two. You're adjusting it towards the right side. Flip the front palm. Reach it forwards. Take it back. Breathe into this left side. And then big circle. Left hand comes down. Right arm follows. Front foot to the back. Your vinyasa. Elbows bend, push back up. Drop those knees if you need to. Lower the knees. Push back into the heels. Slide through. Downward dog where we meet. Breath in. And breath out. So again, right leg lifts up. Bend the knee and open up the hip. And bring your right foot inside your right thumb. So just into the hot pot flow now. Lift your arms up. Elbows bend. A few add-ons. Bend the back leg. Bring your elbows, hands to meet. Send the left arm up to the sky. The right hand goes back. Maybe it rests on the left leg as you lean back. Open up your left arm. Drop the back heel. Sweep your right arm forwards. Back into the reverse warrior. Flip the front palm, reach it forwards, and take it back. Breathe into the right side. So triangle from here. Straighten your front leg. Push the back hip away. Bring your right arm towards the front of the mat. Right hand onto your shin. Left arm up to the sky. Breathing in. And then breathing out. Looking down, bend your front knee, come back into your warrior two. Yes, right hand comes down, touch the floor. Lovely, left hand comes down, front foot to the back. If you're getting tired, drop those knees, otherwise, elbows bend, push back up. Lower the knees, sit the hips back, roll through. Come cobra, up dog. Take it up and back, downward facing dog. Maybe you're just getting that now. Maybe you've still not quite got it. That's okay. Just keep going. Left leg lifts up. Bend the knee and open up the hip. Left foot inside left thumb. Keep going. Keep flowing. Lift your arms up. Elbows bend. Open up the chest. Bend the back leg. Round the back. Elbows, hands meet. So we'll send the right arm up to the sky, straighten the back leg, left hand goes back and then start to lean back, gaze up. This arm continues to open. Opening up the right arm, dropping the back heel, sweeping the left arm forwards. You're flipping the front palm, reach it forwards and take it back. Breathe into this left side. Now we're going to straighten the front leg and come into your triangle. So you're reaching the left arm as far forwards as you can. Hand can come onto your shin. Right arm up to the sky. Breathing in. Really bring your chin up towards your top shoulder here. Breathing out. Looking down, bend into the front knee. Come back into your warrior two. And then left hand comes down, touch the floor. Big circle with your right arm. Front foot to the back. To make any adjustments that you need, you can skip this bit if you're getting tired. Otherwise, elbows bend. Push right back up. Lower the knees, sit the hips down, and then flow through. Downward dog is where we meet. You've got one more round. Are we okay? Breathing in. See if you can stay with it. We want to build the heat. Breathing out. Okay, right leg lifts up. Bend the knee. You know all this bit now. Open up the hip. Right foot inside the right thumb. Come through, high lunge. So good. You're going to bend your arms and open up the chest. And then bend the back leg. Bring your elbows and your hands to meet. Good. So let's extend your left arm up to the sky. Straight into the back leg. Right hand goes back and then lean it back. We'll open up the left arm, drop the back heel, right arm forwards, warrior two. Okay, so flipping the front palm, reach it forwards, take it back, breathe into the right side. And you're going to straighten the front leg, push the back hip away, come into your triangle. Inhale. And as you exhale, look down, bend your front knee, come back, warrior two. Now a little bit of a challenge, go for it. You're going to reach your right arm as far forwards as you can, keeping the front knee bent. And then hover your right hand in front of your right ankle, left arm up to the sky. Try not to put the fingers on the floor, just for a challenge. Breathing in. Breathing out, really strong through your legs. Looking down, come back, warrior two. How's those legs? Good, right hand comes down. Big circle with the left arm. Front foot to the back. Vinyasa, skip it, drop your knees. You know the flow now. Hips back into the heels. Take it through. And up, downward facing dog is where we meet. Breath in, you've got one more. And breath out. So sweep the left leg up. Bend the knee and open up the hip. Left foot inside left thumb. Come through into that high lunge. You got it, guys. Well done. Keep going. Elbows bend. Open up the chest. Bend the back leg, round the back, elbows, hands meet. Okay, send your right arm up to the sky, straighten into the left leg. Right leg. Left hand goes back. Open up. And then drop the back heel. Open up your right arm. Sweep your left arm forwards. Heel toe the left foot to the right side. Flip the front palm, reach it forwards, take it back, breathe into your left side. And then straighten the front leg, come into your triangle, left hand onto your shin, right arm up to the sky. Looking down, rebend the front leg. So this little challenge, reach the left fingers as far forwards as you can, and then hover the left hand in front of your left ankle, right arm to the sky. Now if it's too much, just bring the forearm on the thigh, it's no big deal. If you can do the little challenge though, keep those fingertips off the floor. Looking down, come back, warrior two, those legs talking to you. Left hand down, big circle with the right arm, and then front foot to the back. Your vinyasa, skip it, meet us in down dog. Hopefully you've got this little rhythm now. Downward facing dog. Breathe in through the nose once you get there. And breathe out. I'm going to give you a little break. Lower the knees, sit back into your heels. Child's pose. Maybe you need a little wipe down. You're sweating a little bit. Guys, take just a few seconds. Breathing in and out through your nose. And take one more breath here. So, how do you feel about a little balance now? And then we'll see what happens from there. We're making our way into a dancer pose. Then we come up onto all fours. We're going to come into it the same way that we have been. So right leg up, foot through, and then we'll get there. Okay, so let's tuck your toes, lift your hips up into your downward facing dog. Hopefully you feel warm, body feels mobile. Everything's ready to go. Now lift your right leg up. Bend the knee and open up the hip. Let's bring the right foot inside your right thumb. We're going to pop it there. When you come straight up into a high lunge. So bring your hands heart center. And you're going to stand onto your right leg and bring your left knee up to your chest. See if you find that balance. Find something to focus on. Yeah. Catch hold of your left foot with your left hand and bring your knees to meet. That's it, good. Take your right arm out for balance and then keep pushing the foot into the hand as you lift the leg up to the sky. That's it, good. Breathing in and breathing out. Feel the up, up, up of your chest. Now slowly you're going to let go of the left leg, Take your right hand to the floor and your left arm to the floor or hand to the floor, and then lift your left leg up to the sky. You're breathing in and breathing out, trying to lift that left leg up higher. I know it's a challenge. Try and have a look. Can you see your left toes pointing downwards? We want that hip dropped downwards. And then do the opposite of that. Bend the left leg and then send the knee up to the sky. Open up the hip. And when you're done, lower your left foot next to your right. I know that's a big old stretch in the hamstring. Once you get there, take a halfway lift and lengthen. And as you exhale, take the hands behind the heels and draw yourself in. Good. All right, slowly roll your way up to standing. Bring your hands to the heart center. We're going to come up high onto your toes. Find something solid to focus on. You're going to bend your knees, slide your back down an imaginary wall. Come onto a seat, sit onto your heels. Use your hands if you need to. Your hands can go on the floor if you need to. From here, again, you can put your hands on the floor or keep them off and slowly lower your knees to the floor. Good. Next, you're all okay? Come up onto your knees. I'm just moving so you can see me a bit. You can keep your toes tucked under. Lift your arms up to the sky. As you exhale, swing your right hand back. You're going to try and place your right thumb out inside your right heel and your fingers outside of your right heel. If you can't get there, just reach forward. Otherwise, you can lean into the heel and lift your arm up and over your head. Good. Coming back, push away from the heel, lift your arms up, and then we swing the other hand back. Thumb on the inside, fingers on the outside, or you're just reaching for it. The tuck of the tail is helping to keep your back strong. One more breath, pushing away, lifting the hips up. And then pushing away from the heel, lift your arms up. Undoing your feet, bring your hands heart center. Start to lean back until you feel your quads. Yeah, can you feel your quads here? And then push your hips back in between your feet. Wiggle in between your feet if you can, if it's all okay with your knees. Otherwise, stay on top of your heels. Inhale, lift up tall, and then exhale and fold forwards. Breathing in, breathing out. We have two sides. So we'll come back up. Let's get the other side done. Come up onto all fours. Stretch yourself out a bit. Let the belly sink. Draw the head, chest forwards. Tuck your toes and lift the hips up into your downward facing dog. Well done. So let's sweep the left leg up to the sky. Bend the knee. Open up the hip. Bring your left foot inside your left thumb. Come up, high lunge. Then you can bring your hands heart center. Stand onto the left leg and bring your right knee up to your chest. Find that balance here. So you can bring your right hand to the front of your right foot and then bring your knees to meet. Yeah? You're going to take your left arm out, push your foot into the hand and lift the chest up. Find your dancer pose. You can always be holding onto the wall or whatever helps you to be here. One more breath. And as you breathe out, you're going to lower the left hand to the floor, the right hand to the floor, and that right leg stays lifted here. Now have a look back. Are your right toes pointing down? We want them pointing down because we want the right hip dropped. And then try and lift the leg up from there. You can bend the knee and open up the hip. See if that feels nice. You can have a big bend in that left leg if you need to. And then lower your right foot next to the left. Take a halfway lift and lengthen. And then exhale forward. Pull yourself in. Good. Release. Roll your way up to seated. To standing. And then palms together. Now the palms together, that's your root. That's your grounding place. Come up high onto your toes. And then bend your knees, let your back slide down a wall. An imaginary wall. You can use your hands, they can come onto the floor if you need to. You can also use your hands here as you lower your knees down nice and slow. And then stand up onto your knees. Now, did you manage to catch the heel with your hands? If you did, then you can probably do this next bit. If you didn't, then you will just reach back for it like you did last time. Okay? Otherwise, give it a go. Lift your arms up. Your toes are tucked under. Now, as you exhale, tuck the tail, push your hips forwards, and then let your arms swing back. Keep reaching them back until they touch the heels, and then let your head fall back. If you have no injuries with your neck, you can just let your head fall right back. Breathing in. If you have got stuff going on with your neck, keep your gaze straight up to the sky. And breathing out. You can lift one leg up off your heels, and then the other leg up arm off the heels. And do your feet, bring your hands to the heart center, and then you're leaning back like you did just now. And then sit your hips in between your heels, wiggle them in. If it's not good for your knees, sit on your heels, lift your head, chest up, and then exhale, fold over those legs. Breathing in, and breathing in. Excellent. Okay, guys, well done. Slowly roll your way back up. Good. Come back onto all fours. Your last bit of effort. Okay, so let your belly sink, lift the head, chest up, tuck your toes, and then come up into your down dog. Look in between your hands. Now you can step one foot and then the other foot outside the hands, or you can jump both feet outside the hands. So you choose what you're doing there. Once you get there, sink into your malasana. Bring your palms together, elbows pushing into your knees. Inhale, that should feel quite nice there. Now, as you exhale, take your right hand all the way behind you, the fingers pointing away, and then lean into the hands and lift your hips up. Reach the other arm up and over your head. So changing it now from the camel wheel into the wheel. Lower back down, come back to the center. Taking the other hand back, fingers towards the back of the mat. Maybe you just come to here and this is enough. Or you lean into the hand and then lift the hips up. Reach, reach, reach. Coming all the way back. One more time each side. Taking the arm around, leaning into it, and then reaching, reaching, reaching. Yeah. You might even come into wheel all the way here. You choose. Coming all the way back, and then sweep it to the other side. Last time. Maybe you make it into that wheel shape. Coming all the way back. Are we all alive? Yes. Good. Sit your bum down onto the mat somehow and extend your legs out in front. Give them a nice little shake out. Nice and easy. Hands by your sit bones. Push down to get tall and then fold over your legs. Hamstring stretch. Breathing in, think like your upper body is a rocket and it's protruding forwards. So if you feel really hunched here, then that's make your upper body feel like a rocket. It's about to take off. Yeah, towards your toes. And then we'll roll up, bring the soles of the feet together, really nice and simple now. Give me a bit of time in each of these poses to slow down, calm down. Inhale, lift up nice and tall. And then exhale, fold it forwards. We've done enough work today. And then very slowly start to come back up. And you're just going to lie down onto your back. Last, you might say. You can take the arms up and over your head. Breathe in, belly, body expands. Breathe out, let the whole back of your body rest into the mat. Breathing in. And breathing out. One little twist, bring the knees into the chest. And we let both knees fall to the right side. Right hand is on the outer left leg. Take your left arm out to the left side. Long breath in. And a long breath out. We're bringing the knees back into the center. We let them fall to the other side. You're looking at your right hand. Left hand is on the right knee. Breathing in. Breathing out. Awesome, guys. Bring the knees back into the center and then just letting the feet extend to the corners of the mat. You can have your arms up and over your head or rest your hands down by the side. Get yourself comfortable in that Shavasana shape. Try not to skip this bit. Yeah, you've done all the movement. Now just take this moment to relax. And it's a short few moments. So if you've got a monkey brain, I think you can do it. I think you can manage it, even with a monkey brain. These next few moments, just to be still. Eyes closed, jaw relaxed, face relaxed. If you need to focus on something, you can always focus on your breath. Hopefully you can let go of everything and just be here. And keeping your eyes closed, you're welcome to continue into your Shavasana. Maybe you need to get moving, so start to wiggle fingers, wiggle toes, start to breathe a little bit deeper. On your next inhale, extending your arms above the head, do that full body stretch. You can roll over to the right hand side. Make your way up to seated to face the front. And keeping your eyes closed, bring your hands to the heart center, thumbs into your chest bone. Take a breath in through the nose. And then open your mouth and exhale, let it go. Thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Let me know if you've got any questions at all. Lovely to see you guys.